taken off. Like it's pretty cool. It's
And then what? And then Jordan came in and
yeah. So initially I met Ira Fenton and Michael Jordan. He's Ira Fenton is like the old developer behind the Bears Club and a couple other places, and like he came with Michael Jordan. They toured the place and they checked it out and they liked it. Of course, I had to like tell him that like, yeah, I really appreciate your role in Space Jam, and he's like, oh, that's probably the only thing you know about me too. I'm like, no, I heard you play basketball too. Like,
was he cool?
No, he was super cool. Yeah,
Tall.
Yeah, no, that was the first thing I mentioned. Like, noticed like huge hands.
Yeah, that's why I remember Phil Jackson saying he had the biggest hands ever. Was he smoking a cigar?
No, but that was definitely like a very important part of the club, basically. So, like on the second story, there's like a member area. Basically, our index office is around. There's a donut hole around like the member area, and he was very adamant on having like a cigar lounge type like second story feature. So
So now with Wavelengths, you did what? Netflix. You do Tiger Woods' restaurant. What's that? 100 North.
No, so that's 1,000 North. That's
North.
That's not Tiger Woods' restaurant.
That's Jordan.
Yeah. So so basically, fun story behind that. Like the 1,000 North, we were we were in the office building right next door.
And that's Michael Jordan's, right? I get the two of them confused.
Yeah, so we're partners with it too. We were part of like the initial. I mean, we bought the land for the site, and then I was leasing out the old building there for probably about 3 years. I did this with the brokerage arm. Probably approached 20 different like serious restaurants that wanted to go in there, but it's kind of funny. Like people would ask me if like that place was cursed, like originally in terms of the land, because like originally it had been a popular place called Charlie's Crab, but then he disappeared to sea, and another group
disappeared to sea.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. He passed away, and they only had one place left in Palm Beach. Someone else took over the restaurant, did like 5 different restaurants. We of course built that as well, and it's very popular now.
Yeah, so you recon that whole place to the way he wanted it.
Yeah, I mean it was a collaborative effort, but yeah, it's
Now, do you still own the land?
Yeah, we still live in the buildings, or basically live there, but my office isn't there yet.
So he pays you the
company does.
He pays the company. Well, his company.
Yeah.
Pays your company.
Yeah.
Is that Index?
Yeah.
Is that the one he's paying?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been doing like the leasing management and stuff for those 2 buildings for the past couple of years as well, just to make sure all our tenants are happy and moving in. And
you did Tiger Woods' too?
Yeah, so that was a bit of a tangent. But yeah, so like we do the Woods restaurant, like all of their content, photo marketing and stuff, and we've got a couple other, like we've done frigates like Comcast bought commercial. We've shot a bunch for the Love Street stores and stuff, and yeah.
Woods' restaurant does pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of fair because if you put your mind to it and you're not an idiot, you can do it. You just got to not be lazy. I don't know. I'm not.
There are like a lot more like welfare systems and stuff like that should be able to support you like throughout. Like if you're a student, like you do get like welfare checks for like being a student, so you can buy food and the clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
And like sure, education's free, and if you have kids, like you get like 6 months to like a year off almost, and like both for the mother and the father, and you get credits and stuff. But like that disappears as soon as like you head out of the country.
Like if you don't work, do you get paid?
So there's
like, a welfare.
Yeah, there's welfare, and like like the whole system's being strained right now, especially like in terms of like people's pensions like being basically halved as a result of all of our like new immigration. We had a lot of like Central and like Middle Eastern immigration come to Sweden because we kind of call them like welfare tourists basically. So like a lot of people will come to like countries where they get the best services provided to them, and it's been like overloading like a very small homogenous system of people that have been paying into the system their entire lives, and now like they're not able to keep up with like providing housing for these other people that just moved in, as well as also being able to like pay off these people who've like are relying on their pension and living in like government housing and stuff to be able to like stay afloat.
That's right. So now, this is what do? You sponsor race car too?
Yeah. So my one of my brother's friends that he used to play in a sandbox with, like they kind of grew apart, and then like happened to run into each other like multiple years later, and basically like at that point he was already like on the fast track to get into like faster racing, and like he started off in like go-karts, and basically over the course of 4 years went from go-karts to IndyCar, which is basically unheard of. So Oliver Askew is I helped put together his pitch deck and get his marketing together for him, and followed him along basically throughout his whole career throughout Indy Lights and IndyCar. Like, we helped him get funded to get his first car into Indy Lights when he was driving for Andretti, of which he ended up.
This seems to be your bread and butter, right?
Yeah, so that's the main gig kind of that I do. That's basically I work in the North American side of things for the most part. Sure, I'll venture into the North America. Canada is North America, but I'll focus on the main Florida, U.S. and Canada aspect of things, and yeah. So we started off in Stockholm 20-something years ago, 21, 22 years ago, and now we're across the world and a couple different aspects.
So you got condos, rentals, senior living, commercial.
Yeah, so in Florida we're basically focusing on just multifamily rentals, senior living, and not just Florida, but North America, industrial and stuff as well.
That's really cool. And then you got the energy.
Half the website isn't loading for whatever reason. So those are some of the rentals that we're going out with right now.
So all these are available to rent?
Yeah, all except for Seaward Point, which is a work in progress, or it's about to be developed. Tarpon Harbor, no, it's not Tarpon. Point on West Shore should be done in about March, April, hopefully, and then Center Park is yet to be developed, probably about 2-3 years out.
This is 2-3 years out?
Yeah. But we literally just got approved maybe 3 weeks ago.
How long did it take them to approve you?
Almost a year with comments going back and forth. So that's always one of the tough aspects in being developed, and you just have to be able to hold on to the property and be able to work with the towns to make sure everything's up to what they want, so they can actually support the project.
This looks nice here.
Yes, that's up in Orlando. Or no, High Ridge you're talking about. That's not in Boynton. Yeah, so I was looking at Sonoma.
This looks real nice, but I don't really like Kissimmee.
Yeah.
Abacoa.
Yeah, so that was the first rental multifamily we built in Florida. So I actually ended up living there myself after having moved out of my parents' house from college. So thinking that I would get a deal living at one of our own communities, I found out from Nick, who was working at our company at the time. He's since gone off and started a massive HR company, killing it worldwide.
Yeah, that's nice.
He was the one going through the numbers and basically said oh yeah, no, apparently everyone else got a month off or some sort of discount, and you're the only one paying full price. I'm wow, thanks guys. This is our own development.
Sounds like you got luck like me, man.
Yeah, so my dad's definitely been one to have me experience things and learn for myself, and basically just.
So how many people are working at Index Real Estate?
So an Index Investment Group, basically in the U.S. we probably got 13 or 14 people, and in Sweden we probably got about a little less than 20, probably 15 people-ish, and throughout all the various different subdivision different companies underneath so across the construction companies and everything else, couple hundred people, but my division where I work in, we're probably 11 to 13 depending on the year.
And you guys own all these already?
Yeah, we've sold out of a couple of them, but Seaward Landing is one that I'm currently leasing out right now. I'm going through. It's a workforce multifamily rental development in Seaward in Marathon and the Keys.
Yeah.
So it's a workforce, and that means it's basically rent is based on your income, and that's based off an average median income for the whole community and society around there. So right now, we should have been able to lease it out basically in a month, but we're running into the trouble that people are making too much money, and they're out of the bracket of 80 to 120% of average median income to be able to get into our place.